I beat Bloodbath as my first level. People have been telling me about King Moose. It's a guy who beat Bloodbath as in the title, his first level in Geometry Dash. Now, I will admit, I'm not proud of this. I'm not saying anything. I am a bit of a skeptic because as most of you knew, probably some of you don't, I have been grinding Bloodbath this is day 7 for me. My current best, if you look in the bottom left corner, is 18%. I did a little research into King Moose before this video, and this was the first level he ever played. And by his 4th stream, he had a best of 26%. Now, I was privy to this because I've had a couple comments that were just like, LOL, LOL, you're progressing slower than the guy who literally beat this as his first level. LOL, Unk sucks, ha 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 ha. My question I have as we jump into this video is, did he truly stream every single moment that he played the game? Or did he also practice off stream? Because for me, I've only ever streamed myself playing Geometry Dash. I know this sounds a bit defensive right now, right out the gate, but here, for people who don't know, I beat all the Rob top levels. I beat the top 10 most liked easy demons. I then beat 2 medium demons, B and Skeletal Shenanigans, respectively. I then beat 9 circles, and now I'm jumping to Bloodbath. So that is my experience. So quite a bit, probably 200 hours total of gameplay experience over this King Moose guy, and he's progressing faster than me. Again, I'm just skeptical. I want to watch the video and hear him out on it, but I'm a little bit like, unless he was playing off stream, I'm a little, some people are insane. Fair enough. And don't get me wrong, chat. I know that comparison is the thief of joy and everything. And I've said that before on stream, but you have to.
This is me, well, 6 years ago, about to discover a game that would change my life. A new video appeared on the screen. It was by someone I've never.
If he played off stream, then that's totally fair. I think that this timeline makes a lot more sense if he played off stream and he just kind of was streaming himself doing run attempts. If he wasn't playing off stream, like, he's a generational talent.
Never watched. Eric Van.
It's partly because he watched ED content for ages. Yes, but watching something and playing something are two totally different things. It's like back when I speedran Super Mario 64, everybody would always like give me advice and I'd be like, oh, what's your completion time? They're like, oh, I've never run the category. I've just watched hundreds of hours. And I'm just like, cool. So you've never done the thing that you're coaching me. Sorry, we need to watch the video.
Intrigued, I clicked, expecting a game that would only entertain a few minutes of my day. But clearly, I was very, very, very wrong. I was instantly hooked. It was EVW video after video. So what was this game? I found out it was called Geometry Dash.
It's interesting to me to binge watch a game that you haven't played, like, and you never play it once.
And it didn't take long for me to become invested in the community, especially top play. These levels look so cool that all I wanted to do was play them for myself, which was my problem. I couldn't even get the game. With no device to play on, all I could do was wait.
But then...
Oh, wait, he didn't have like a phone or anything? Sorry, I may have missed that.
I saw something...
Is that why he couldn't play? My bad. Okay, I'm super judgmental and mean.
I think that changed everything. Can a Geometry Dash noob beat a demon as their first level? In this video, Charlesian beats the easy demon, the Nightmare, as his first ever level. And while others watched for fun, this only gave me an idea. A kind of stupid idea. My mind went straight to Bloodbath itself, and just for under a year, the thought of beating Bloodbath as my first level just kind of stayed within my mind. Until I finally got access to Steam, and you can imagine how hyped I was to finally play GD, after literally watching videos on it for about 6 years. But I had to make my decision. So my friend...
It seems crazy. You're watching content for 6 years and you've never played the game before? Am I crazy? That seems insane. I've never done that before. I only watch content of games that I play. Am I insane? 6 years of watching content of a game you can't play?
Cube Gamer and I made a bet. If I beat Bloodbath as my first ever level...
To be fair, I do that sometimes. Oh, okay, sorry.
...would buy me a juice popper. Yep, that's right, a popper. He agreed. So it was about time I finally put my setup to use. An RGB mouse and this little computer. Yeah, that's it. And the grind begins.
What's going on, everyone? I'm pretty sure the stream has started.
Holy crap, I am cooked. Only being able to get 7% after 2 hours kind of scared me.
I feel like 7% on Bloodbath after 2 hours for someone who's never played is very solid. Like, that's right before the beginning of the ball.
It was only now the true difficulty of the challenge showed. Even in start positions, my runs were...
Like, if you were stuck at the first ship part for two 2 to 4 hours, I'd understand being frustrated. Why are you frustrated almost getting 10%?
So little that I had to add more start pauses just to be able to pass anything. I remember Crack's part being so hard that I literally just gave up playing it. Luckily, having tons of background knowledge about the game definitely helped me learn the game modes. Cause allegedly, I wasn't even supposed to be able to straight fight. Stream 2 and I already had a problem. The 9% mini strip section was actually destroying me, and those gravity changes were so confusing to deal with.
Yeah, this part's super hard. This is the part that I'm currently stuck on. It's hard.
Somehow, the first ever time I got here in normal mode, I managed to fluke the most difficult part.
Okay, you know what? I've fluked many times. I buy it.
The transition. It didn't take me long to find out there's about a million different ways you can die here, just because of this stupid yellow pad. If you hit it too late, bad transition. If you hit it too early, bad transition. And with my current skill, I had to hit that thing.
But I want to, okay, King Moose, if you end up watching this react of this video that I'm doing for you, first off, I'm sorry that I'm so skeptical. Two, can you clarify in the freaking comments, please, how much you played off stream? Because this is blowing my mind. Did you play all of it on stream, or did you also play off stream? I need to know.
Perfectly to even get a slim chance of passing the 11% structure. Also, I came to the realization that my current cube was kinda mid, so during stream 3, I decided to become the rip-off green Zoink, which helped me get a new best.
Don't change your icons if you don't have to.
Of 16%. Yeah, that ship part was actually my #1 op. Luckily, the next stream, I would not only make it to the bull part, but all the way to Michigan, which felt good because the whole first quarter of the level...
Yeah, this is what I was talking about at the beginning of the stream. Like, his 4th stream, he got to 26%.
...was already over, and according to this comment, I was doing a whole lot better than I should be, even if Go was at 10%. Stream 5. What could possibly go? This is Michigan's part. Filled with 3 extended triples at the start, this diabolical straight fly, which may be one of my biggest choke points, this actual kind of easy ball section, and this 60 FPS frame perfect UFO click. Isn't this level like...
Yeah, this is insane progress. He's talking about it very casually. I feel like I'm being gaslit.
Top 700.
I want to believe this. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to detract from his achievements. It's just like... something in me is like, make this make sense. And I was hoping the first 3 minutes of this video would explain it better than it already has, instead of just like, yeah, I'm just kind of doing it. I was hoping it'd be like, I don't know, just like a little more color to the grind other than, I don't know, I'm just doing it.
100. These normal triple spikes, and finally the wave.
But maybe I'm just mad because I'm bad at the game.
It's not that hard to work out. It's going to be a while before I get past this mess.
I don't know about this guy specifically, but it's possible he had experience beforehand with things like Osu, Celeste, Mario Maker, etc. that would transfer skills. But his whole alibi for why he never played the game in the first 6 years of watching it was because he didn't have a device to play it on.
Yeah, 27% was my best in Stream 5, a 1% increase. You know what they say, practice makes perfect. So for the next couple of streams, my mind was fully set on becoming the best I could at Michigan. My run started not even being able to pass one part, but little by little progress was made, but it wasn't easy. I remember learning the click pattern just for the wave took like an hour, and becoming consistent at the frame perfect felt impossible at first. The hardest part for me was definitely the straight fly, and spoiler alert, it took me over 50 streams to get good at it. But whatever, that's a problem for future me. Let's start playing from zero again. It took a while, but I finally got past 27%. No! Well, it's better than nothing.
I fully don't have context for the run anymore because, as I said at the beginning of the video, if you look at the bottom left, my best is 18%. I did one practice run. From here on out, King Moose is beyond mogging me.
No, but seriously.
I have no idea what these further runs even feel like.
My efforts finally paid off. Fluking, not just the UFO, the triples, and the wave, only to die instantly at a
Wow, he really flukes a lot, man.
Phasium. No! But I was hyped. 10 streams and I've already made it past Michigan. Now we were talking. Also, for some reason, I vividly remember some guy in chat saying you quit once you reach the 30s. And all I wanted to do was prove this guy wrong. So I did.
I mean, that is like, to side with King Moose, probably for the first time so far in this video, like fully and wholeheartedly. People in chat are really just such doubters, bro. So honestly, respect. Like, it's crazy how so many of you can see someone work at and try to achieve their dreams or something that they want to like aspire to. And you're just immediately just like, you can't do it. What is wrong with you?
getting consistent
Like, no, like I'm genuinely asking.
out of Azium over the next 2 streams. It was on stream 13 I finally got my next chance for a new best. And I delivered. Whoa! Oh my god, what? Until now.
Like, he had to have practiced off stream, right? I feel insane. I can't let this go. He had to have had off. Maybe he never even claimed that he didn't, but
I've never seriously practiced Crack's part, and for good reason. Your ship control has to be immensely better than my current skill,
Yeah, I can't let
consisting of
go.
straight flies that I couldn't even comprehend. But now, the tides have shifted. Stream after stream, I kept practicing.
over 100k attempts, it's pretty convincing. I mean, that makes sense. If it was that many attempts, he probably did play off stream, right?
Slowly improving my skill until I could get 45 to 50.
Literally, like, the thing in my brain immediately is absolved if literally, like, he's just like, by the way, like, if he, at any point in this video, he mentions even offhandedly that he was like, my practice off stream today was pretty rough, like, that would help me. But without that, I'm lost. The assumption I'm making, and I'm assuming a lot of other viewers might be making, is that he did it all on stream. Which, if he did it all on stream, that's even crazier. You know what? I'm trying to understand if I should be impressed or if I should be completely blown away.
52. But catch that, 45 to 52. But Crack's part starts at 42%. Yeah.
Is 130k attempts over 57 streams? Does that average out right? I don't know.
Oh! What?
Sorry, I'll watch the video.
44%. 44% is an upside down mini straight fly that is stupidly tight. And as soon as I started playing from 42%, I knew the chances of passing this was basically impossible in normal mode.
It's a bit over 2k per stream on average. Oh, maybe that does track. Does anyone know how many attempts I usually get on stream?
Resulting in the longest
I don't know,
dry
man.
streak
Numbers
of
are
no
confusing.
progress I would have in the entire grind. 44% times 2, 44% times 3, and even 44% times 4.
Yeah, most of his streams are shorter than mine. They're only 2 or 3 hours. Although I usually only play for 2 or 3 hours.
I quit.
But while this seemed like my main problem,
You never show attempts? No, in the top left corner, since we started Bloodbath, I show like the sessions
it
attempts.
wasn't even close.
Because I got one
Through
guide.
recent streams in the 20s, I felt something very obvious happening. My wrist was always in pain, so I started ending streams sooner, just so I wouldn't seriously hurt myself.
King Moose signing out.
And to make it worse, my consistency was becoming pathetic. But not even because of my wrist, it was my mouse. The thing was breaking. My dev started
Wait, that's right. He's been playing on mouse the whole time. Oh, maybe that's why. I play on keyboard. Maybe if I played on mouse, I'd be better.
just being caused because of the crazy click delay I was dealing with. Stream 25 literally ended with me giving up because of my mouse throwing the whole stream. And expectingly, on stream 26, it was completely broken.
You know what? Stuff it, Jack. Stuff it. It's learn a keyboard. You know what? I'm done, bro.
I switched to keyboard, knowing it's going to take me ages to learn Bloodbath again. But I was completely wrong. Like, after one stream, I was already better than ever before. Until Geode shut down.
I felt the same way, and I know people in chat are parroting the same thing. When I initially started playing the game on mouse, when I switched to keyboard, it was like, I'm never going back. I vastly prefer keyboard. Up arrow.
New GD update I released, meaning my start positions all became useless. I swear you can't make this stuff up sometimes. So
How do you know how to do start position? Oh, I guess if he watched a lot of content, it makes sense that he knows about
here
Geode
I
and stuff.
was, on stream 28, being forced to play from 0%. On a good note, my skill in the first 17% was improving, but every single Michigan attempt was basically unwinnable.
Bro, do not die there, bro. Come on.
Eventually, I resorted to practice mode, which slightly helped me out, well, at least enough for me to get 44 times 5 on stream 29.
Had he not used practice mode before that? No, I think I'm misunderstanding.
Luckily, the next stream, something that I never would have even imagined happened.
950,000 views. Wait, are you
In this video, Charlesian beats the Easy Demon, the Nightmare, as his first ever level.
Oh my god, you're actually the person who done that. No, that's insane.
Can a Geometry Dash noob beat a demon as their first level?
I'm not even gonna lie, you kinda inspired me to do this.
that's Charzium. Feels familiar, right? It was insane having the guy who inspired me to start playing Bloodbath be right here in chat. And of course, after over 1 month of being stuck at 4-4, on stream 31, I broke through. With every win, I see.
It definitely adds more merit. Like, I definitely believe it more since, like, he was stuck. Like, if he had just progressed through the whole level with just, like, fluking each new thing, I feel like I would believe it less. But since he finally did get hard stuck at a pretty tough part, I don't know. Maybe he did just get ridiculously lucky, like, pre-drop through Michigan. Like, maybe it really was just, like, lightning in a bottle.
Seemed to find a new problem. This time, it was all my nerves. Earlier in the same stream, I also got 44% times 6. And when you die to the exact same machine this many times without passing it, your nerves go from 0 to 100 so fast. Also, not having start position practice made it even harder. But only 4 streams later, I made it past 44% again.
Okay. 48%.
Even though it would hurt to only die 2% further in, I must be gaining some kind of consistency. I would even say playing from 0% for so long definitely improved my skill in the entire first third of the level.
That's what I've been trying to say. People are always like, TJ, why do you play from 0 so much? Bro, at some point, you're going to need to develop consistency for the pre-drop. If you send attempts from 0, you're going to be working at developing that consistency. Some of you don't understand. Some of you think that you're only practicing when you're in practice mode. Do you understand that when you're sending run attempts, you're also practicing? Oh, wait, I forgot. You guys track your own ego based on attempt count. So that's why you don't want to send run attempts. It's because your attempt count goes up when you do that. Wait, I understand now.
Well, until I fell off. You see, for the past week, I've been preparing to switch over my computer to a new one, but without 10 stars on my account, I couldn't even back up my saved data. So you wouldn't believe it, I was back to 44%, and also lost around 5,000 attempts because the last time I exported my save file was before Geode crashed. But 44% didn't last for long, because on stream 36, after over 100,000 attempts, I would finally pass Crack's part.
Hey, that's halfway through the level, man. I can't even get a quarter of the level, bro.
What am I doing?
Well over halfway.
58%.
Wow.
A very easy click, but my nerves made it seem like a frame perfect. Luckily, since Crack's part was put behind me, I could finally stay calm while playing it. But you heard that, 100,000 attempts. It only took me 130,000 to beat the level.
Okay, so it's like what I've been saying to chat since the beginning. The longer you play this level, the bigger skill boost you get. So, like, he literally progressed through about half the level in most of his attempts, and then, like, he just got a huge skill boost, no? So I can expect the same thing from, even if it takes me longer, I can expect the same.
So, like, YouTubers such as Logino and Venosis recently made shorts about me, and I was slowly becoming more known in the community. Kind of, as you probably noticed by the increasing number in the bottom right corner of the screen. But as Eminem would say, snap back to reality. You're at 58%, not 100%.
I literally started this stream playing that song. For that, you get a like.
So what do? I destroy my previous record by... No.
I'm holding off on my subscribe for the first time in my reacts. I'm still trying to suss this out.
I get 58% again.
We got over half the video left. I have a lot of time to subscribe.
Again, since I barely ever make it past Crack's part, this definitely was my most painful death so far. Keywords, so far. But luckily, a little later in stream 37, I would actually pass 58%, only to fumble to run at 65%, an easy blue orb spam
New best, the new best. You take the new best. Every time, chat, you take the new best.
part.
Look, if there is one thing I wish I could teach every single GD player, whether you're better at the game than me, you're the same at the game than me, or worse than me, a new best is a new best. Yes, you may have practiced a little further and you had it in you to get further. Guess what? You didn't. You still got the bubbles.
Even if the death sucked, it was still progress in my book. In the span of only a couple of streams, I've somehow gone from 48% straight to 65%, which only made the last 50% of Bloodbath as important as ever to practice. And you could only guess what my best run to 100 is. 74 to 100. Yes, I am not joking. For some reason, the last 30% of Bloodbath was extremely hard for me, filled with so many choke points I haven't even mentioned yet.
Yeah, not a lot of runs to 100, huh?
77%, 79%, 81%, 83%, 87%, 89%, 95%, and 97% were all choke points. Like, how is it even possible to have this many choke points in the last 30% of the level? It's time to talk about 79%, my second worst choke point in Bloodbath. What makes 79 hard is this difficult UFO transition into a straight fly. One wrong timing and your run instantly comes to an end. So after finally breaking into the 60s, I decided to improve in the second half of Bloodbath. Hey, that rhymed. And it wasn't long before I achieved 51 to 100 during stream 38.
Oh, that's
which
pretty solid,
inspired me to
bro.
make my progress report video, which had a
That's almost from the drop.
countdown longer than the actual video that everyone seemed to love. Wait, why is this video called 65% times 2?
Why? Why am I like this?
So forget about 58% times 2. This was now my worst fail. But it didn't last for long because the very next stream I passed not only crack, but a Sonic. And with my 51 to 100 practice, I didn't choke at the edge to UFO, eventually dying to an incredible 77%.
Oh my god! Holy crap!
I couldn't even
Does it feel better playing a hard level like Bloodbath and getting past 75%, or does it feel worse? I don't know how many people in my chat have actually experienced like an extreme demon of this difficulty or higher. Like, does it feel better the closer you get, or does the grind just feel more monotonous? It's hard to say. It probably depends. I feel worse when I die further. Well, like for me with 9 circles, granted, I know that we're talking about a harder difficulty, but 9 circles, I was so relieved by the time I was 75% through the level because I was so close. But I guess that's different for a higher difficulty because as we just saw with Bloodbath, his runs from 100, even when he just played like the last like 30% of the level, there was so much level left. Whereas with 9 circles, once you're done with the wave part, the cube is pretty auto once you've learned it.
even believe the progress I was making. It seemed like the month of 44% was holding me back so much. And it wouldn't end.
Yeah, that makes sense too if it's a longer level.
Oh my god! No!
Unexpectedly, I actually nailed the transition, but just couldn't maintain that straight fly. But that wasn't the main issue with this stream. Earlier that day, I was talking to Cube Gamer until he suggested a seemingly innocent idea. Make a donation goal of $100, and if someone fills it, you must attempt the Michigan route every single time in normal mode. If you didn't know, the Michigan route is a separate way to complete
Good, because I didn't.
Bloodbath, where you did this stupidly hard timing to jump on the GG instead of timing the triple spike. I agreed to this deal, not knowing at all what was about to happen.
What?
We're taking a break.
What?
What is going on, bro?
The hell?
I don't go back on my word. I was going for that Michigan
Multiple people donated 100?
no matter what. Next stream was the first in a while where I just lost my consistency, getting no decent runs. That stream I also might have lost my sanity.
Dun 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 dun.
Stream 44. Nothing happened. Literally nothing. I was ready for it to be life-changing,
Bro, that's most of my streams.
and all I
And I'm on stream 7.
done was change my icon to this cat for a while. At least I got another 51 to 100 again a couple of streams earlier. Yeah, stream 44 is kind of mid. But stream 45 was actually
Like, if you make it all the way to 44 streams and that's your first stream where nothing really happened, I think you're doing okay.
great. My mindset changed not for a new best, but another run to 100. And I delivered with 45 to 100.
Dun dun dun. Bro, I clicked it mid-cheap, I didn't get it.
Crack's part was finally starting to feel consistent, making it actually possible to pass, even in normal mode, which could potentially be foreshadowing to later in the stream.
No, I knew this was gonna happen. I saw this coming from like 20 kilometers away, 30 kilometers away, 40 kilometers away.
That death
Bro has great vision.
was the definition of not having any nerve control. It felt like passing 44% for the first time all over again. Nerves go from 0 to 100 instantly, but the next stream I would make
I think that's the most impressive part because a lot of people have recommended me to do more levels just because like nerve control is a hard skill to develop in this game without playing levels. That's honestly more impressive to me than like the skill mechanics he's learned over the course of learning Bloodbath. The fact that he's able to have strong enough nerves to beat the level on top of that is insane.
up for it, somehow getting 33 to 100, which
Because like I used to get, although I guess that's in the, it's subjective and in the eye of the beholder. Because I used to get nervous on freaking Can't Let Go, bro. Right? Probably around the same level of nerves that I experience now. I don't know. Maybe it's hard to say.
is a massive milestone because I actually included 44% in the run. For the first time, it felt like being Bloodbath was actually possible. Being in the 80s was starting to remind me of another certain GD player, but unlike him,
Dude, when you got 81%, I was going to say 2% off from Doggy.
I wasn't about to spend a year with no progress. But getting any further was really starting to feel difficult. The amount of parts I had to complete in a row without dying just to have a chance of progressing was getting out of hand. Any death past 50% was just another possible chance lost. And out of all of them, this 65% death hurt the most. No! But why?
Hey, Vsauce, Mike here.
Because right
Vsauce?
after it, I instantly got 60 to 100.
Bro, are you serious?
Meaning 65% and 60 to 100 back to back. But it wouldn't even compare to the next stream.
No!
81% again. The fact that the click I was dying to was an easy yellow orb was really starting to get annoying. I desperately needed a way to control my nerves. It seemed like every time I passed Edsa, I just couldn't keep calm enough to play properly. And it would keep on showing. Enter stream 50. At this point, maybe I was
Now it's 83%.
starting to become doggy, but it felt good to finally get past 81% anyway. And with this consistency, things would not slow down.
Literally the next stream, I would make it past Edster again. Bro, 2 Edster attempts in a row, what the hell? But this time, I wouldn't let the nerves get the best of me, passing not only 81%, 83, but also 87. Unfortunately, in Garen's part, I would time this pink orb click slightly early and fall victim to 8-9. I'm not gonna lie, seeing 8-9 appear on my screen made me laugh way more than I was annoyed. 8-9! 8-9! 8-9! But it was time to get serious.
Why so serious?
I wanted one more run to 100% that I've been putting off for way too long. 24 to 100. This run starts at Michigan's part, includes Crack's part, and obviously the entire ending section filled with my checkpoints. Luckily my endgame has improved a lot since my 51 to 100 run.
And after a stream and no progress, it was only
No, I think that's bait. I think that 8-9 joke is bait.
until stream 53 where this legendary
Y'all can't convince me that's an actual joke.
run happened.
Starblaze, why are you messaging me?
I couldn't believe my consistency, so I started going from 0% right away, and it took no time at all for stream 53 to be my best stream yet. Anyway, I had my fair share of random number curses throughout the grind, 44% obviously being the worst, but sometimes you gotta take a little out of someone else's book.
I hate you, Voltrox! Voltrox! Why? I hate you, Voltrox!
You gotta take accountability for your own actions. That's not Vortrox's fault.
In my defense, I only hated Vortrox for about a day. At least I was finally in the 90s, and I'm sure next time I would get there it'd be way better.
I quit this game.
Okay, I take
He quit?
that back. I hated Vortrox for at least a week. In all seriousness, 92% again was incredibly painful. Every attempt past Garen is just one more chance to be Bloodbath. and I felt like I was wasting
People pronounce it Giron? I've been saying G iron. Like G. I run attempts back to back. Right?
all my shots. And it was at the end of that stream I got a crazy opportunity. I raided EVW
Stop looking at me.
himself, and he took about 3 seconds to realize what was going on.
King Moose raid, yo, King Moose, thank you for the raid, you legend. You got 92% Bloodbath is first level. That is impressive. Like first level ever. Like there's no like Rob top levels. It's like literally just Bloodbath. Really? Really?
So with EVW on my side, I continued. At this point, I was really starting to get a reputation of being stupidly unlucky, but on the flip side, I could fluke it quite easily now. All that stood in my way was the relatively easy ending, which I definitely wouldn't be extremely nervous playing, but that would have to wait because I had one last trick up my sleeve, the SEO device. For the past week I've been waiting for it to arrive, and now is a better time than ever. With 2 weekday streams ahead of me, all I could do was practice. I need to beat it on Saturday. Holy crap. With the SEO device, the game honestly didn't even feel the same at first, and there was no chance of getting any runs. But with persistence, all I done was get better. Eventually, parts like Crack and Michigan felt so much easier to control, and it wasn't even one stream before I somehow got 24 to 100 again. Like, what?
Should I get a SEO device?
I know this is literally my second time switching clicking methods throughout the grind, but somehow it still surprised me. Maybe even a little too much.
Yeah. Literally crewmate, by the way. Literally crewmate. Oh my god. Why did I vote Q?
It was time to beat Bloodbath. When stream 56 started, I honestly felt like I had it beaten. Every single part was consistent, which was kind of surreal coming from humble beginnings where I gave up on certain sections because of their difficulty. But here I was, over 120,000 attempts of experience prepared for victory, until something that was only ever joked about finally made its impact.
8-9? Better than 8-9. 9-10! I'm sorry. I know this video was filmed before I reacted to it, but I feel partially responsible.
I thought with all my heart once I passed my 95% choke point and level was over. How could I die to such an easy jump? Back on my word, I was going for that Michigan route no matter what. Yep, trying to do the Michigan route completely messed up my timing on the final click. So out of desperation, I called Cube Gamer himself for advice.
Even though you got 98, there's still one more new best you can get.
Literally. Jack it off. So I didn't give up. I knew I still had it in me to get back there again. And oh man, did I get back there again.
I can't imagine how it must feel to fail that final triple. Knock on wood.
This broke me, I'm not gonna lie. For the first time ever, I became sick of Bloodbath. Done with anything to do with it.
This was the first time you got sick of Bloodbath. Over 50 streams into playing the same level of the game. I guess like he doesn't have any context for playing the game. Honestly, that's kind of a buff. Because if he had experience playing other levels and he felt how easy beating other levels felt, he might have less patience for the one level. You feel me?
I couldn't understand how you could even die there twice. So with that, I ended the stream. King Moose signing out. King Moose signing out! For a long time that night, I deliberated with myself if I should even continue tomorrow, even amidst the demotivation to play. But like anything I've done to get this far, I didn't quit. So, after 3 months of playing Bloodbath, on stream 57, I would finally beat it as my first ever level, forever edging myself into GD history.
Sorry, that wasn't me laughing at him. That was like laughing in disbelief. That sucks.
The thumbnail you just clicked on was another lie. That was never my winning attempt. I just wanted to give up. I just wanted to get...
Number one, you are capable of way more than you think. That's right. When you start Geometry Dash, you think, man, There's no way I'm going to be able to be like the pros. How are they getting through that section? It took me a bunch of
Wait, WEVW, this is what I'm always trying to tell y'all, even though I'm not that good at the game yet.
attempts just to get through stereo.
So for real this time, on March 15th, 2026, after 130,000 attempts,
Wait, why do we have so many GD content creators literally yelling at y'all that you can do anything you put your mind to in this game, and you still don't listen? You still gatekeep. You still tear other people down. You're just like, you'll never beat this level. What is wrong with you all? I can't name a single content creator who isn't telling you to follow your dreams. What is this about? Listen to them. Listen to them. Set a goal and follow through on it. Focus on your own thing. Stop tearing others down. It is selective listening.
I would beat Bloodbath as my first ever Geometry Dash level. Enjoy the run.
Hey, this one's dedicated to Frost.
I'm guessing this is the run, chat. And this is where I... Wait, oh, yeah. Oh, wait, I have an 18% best. That means I actually made the Vermilion Ball, W. All right, now he's mogging me. And this is how far I could get in a run if I was good. And then I would choke around here. Because I have not practiced Michigan yet. Okay. Now this is completely above my pay grade. Okay. Let me pull up my notepad so I can let you all know where we are. We are now at Evasium. I have not practiced Evasium. Gonna need to do that. And then it's crack, right? It's always crack, man. People say crack's the hardest part, right? I think they've said crack and Etzer are the hardest parts for them. Plus Michigan. But like, I mean like Super 50, I guess. A Sonic Man. A Sonic Man, my man. Evasium is the best? Dang, a Sonic Men is kind of long, no? Etzer? I feel like I'm going to have a lot of trouble on Etzer, bro. I remember this during my practice run. This part is like legitness. Havoc? G-Iron. I call it G-Iron. You'll never be able to stop me from what I do. I have practiced this part. We practiced 91 to 100 my first stream day, chat, and then I decided to just do runs from 0 because I'm not afraid of anything.
Yes! 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 Let's go! Yes! Yes!
Bro's excited because he followed his dreams and pushed through the impossibilities, and he did it. Honestly, this is an underreaction. I would have screamed harder.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
And that's how my story ends.
I think when I beat Bloodbath, I'll probably like rip my house up from the hinges, throw it across the neighborhood, and then my neighbors will be like, yo, TJ, why did you do that? And I'd be like, I beat Bloodbath. And they'd be like, no way. And I'd be like, yeah. And then we'd all hang out. Because they'd be willing to hang out with me after that. They're not willing to hang out with me yet, but if I beat Bloodbath, they'd be like, wow, this guy's kind of cool.
I know you could still believe I theoretically played Geometry Dash on an alt account or whatever, but clearly there's literally nothing I can do to prove anything else. But no matter what you think,
No, you can okay, listen, literally King Moose, all I need to hear. Did you practice off stream? It's okay if you did. Did you ever, even one session, did you practice off stream? It would literally make the part of my brain that's yelling right now, shut up. If you ever practiced off stream.
I'm proud of what I managed to do. And
Oh,
to
whoops, I
everyone who
unlocked, my
supported
bad.
me along the way, thank you. Oh yeah, and Cube Gamer for actually keeping his word. And if you
never practiced off stream and you literally beat that as your first level, doing the same thing I do where like I never play a single moment off stream, my whole journey of Geometry Dash has been on stream. It's been for the people. I have never practiced level once. If that is what you did, subscribe. I choose to believe. But I want to know in no cryptic or minced words, I want to know whether or not King Moose played Geometry Dash all on stream or has practiced off stream. That's all I need to know. But I believe the achievement nonetheless.
you're wondering, yes, I won attempted stereo madness.
I don't think, because a lot of people are just like, this wasn't his first level. That's not what I am kind of confused about. I'm impressed with how fast he was able to progress if he only did it on stream. If he only did it on stream, this is generational talent. That's insane. If he did it off stream, that makes more sense for my brain. Do you understand? I am not saying King Moose is a fraud. That is not what I'm saying. I'm trying to understand what kind of impressed I need to be. Does that make sense to everybody? I feel like it does.
But as you may know, when one story ends, another, and I mean another, story always begins. King Moose signing out.
Well, shoot, dude. Is he going to stick with Geometry Dash? Does anybody know? Because I guess if he stuck with Geometry Dash, he probably could become one of the GOATs. Yeah, it looks like Heliopolis, my next artist. Okay, that might be troll. It seems like he's kind of doing a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I mean, best of luck to him, man. There's always going to be someone better than you. You know? Some people in my chat are just like, TJ, how did you get so good at this game? And now I'm here watching King Moose like, King Moose, how did you get so good at this game? You know? So, Ping Pong the Animation covers that. One of my favorite anime. There's always someone doing it better than you. There's always someone who's going to be predisposed to be better at the game. But chat, we should look at stories like this and not feel intimidated, but we should feel inspired. Just because you couldn't beat Bloodbath as your first level, chat, does not mean that you can't achieve higher heights in GD. And so, as always, you all support my dreams and what I'm trying to do. I want to, again, exchange that with all of you and say, whatever new best you're working on, whatever new hardest you're working on, or whatever level you're just playing for fun, I wish you the best. I wish you the best of luck. And W King Moose, thanks for making a story worth sharing and telling that can inspire all of us. W React chat. I'll see you in the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe to King Moose. Did you like that? Don't even pretend like you didn't. You made it that far in the video. Well, did you know that I stream Monday through Friday on Twitch and YouTube, and you could catch me live and get to be a part of the experience when it happens? Also, if you don't care about that, or otherwise you want to see more of the video that you just watched, link in the description to watch the full VOD. Do that, please. I have a black eye because I play basketball sometimes. Bye.